You guys may remember this blaster from SOFITEN. It's the Viktor W. Definitely has a little bit of a Kriss Vector vibe to it. I've shown it to you in the past. It's on Amazon. It comes with a nice drum mag and a regular mag. Performance was okay. It's basically like an M4 Wasp, about 150 FPS. And because of that, I figured it was going to be hard to do anything to really modify it or put a different gearbox in. But since I opened it up, I figured I'd show you guys and just let you see what the inside of one of these looks like and how it's hard to actually do anything with it. So first off, this one has a ton of screws. So there's a lot of screws. So make sure you get all the screws, and then you may need to use like a little pry tool to carefully pry it off. If it's not coming, it's because you missed a screw. Trust me. So just take your time, make sure you get all the screws if you're going to try to open one of these up. This piece actually just slides out anyway. So you can slide that out. You got to remove all the rails. They're screwed down too. So if you've never opened up a blaster before, or it's a new blaster, it's always a good idea to take a picture of what the blaster looks like on the inside. So that way, if you do have any problems when you need to put it back together, you know where things go. So make sure you do that if you're going to take it apart. All right. This piece may come out, this little piece here, this that's got a spring on it that locks this into place. So be aware of that. But looking at the inside, this is for sure basically the same gearbox that we see in an M4 Wasp. It's just been kind of flipped upside down. And then you've got the feed tube that comes off this way. All right, we got your power switch here. Obviously, your trigger's over here. So anytime it's got a gearbox like this, it's very hard to do a lot with it. We certainly could open up the gearbox, mess with the spring a little bit, but it's not easily done, and I don't think we'd see much difference in performance. And then when it's like a super short barrel like this, switching it to a metal barrel, I don't think you're going to see much performance there either. So I'm not going to end up doing anything with it. Just thought I'd go ahead and show it to you guys since I went through the process of opening it up so that you can see what one of these looks like on the inside. I don't anticipate you're going to have problems with this type of blaster. The M4 Wasp gearbox is actually a pretty solid gearbox. There's just not much you can do to it. But there's not a whole lot that can go wrong with these blasters, aside from just after a lot of use, you know, it may end up breaking, and that's pretty normal. These aren't going to last forever. If you were to ever have like a loose connection, obviously opening it up and resoldering those points might be something that you need to do. But other than that, I don't anticipate you'd ever really need to open it up. So now that you've seen the inside, you know, unfortunately, there's not much to do with this blaster that we could increase the FPS. So I'll just put it back together. It's a cool looking blaster. I mean, I definitely like how it looks. I thought it would be really sweet if I could go ahead and figure out a way to put an M4 gearbox in there or something so we could get this up to like 250 FPS. But it's just not possible the way this is set up. There's no room for one to go in here because it has the long, you know, the motor off the bottom of the gearbox that would need to go in the grip, and there's definitely not enough room for it to be put in here at all. So we're just going to leave it, but this way you get to see what it looks like. So let me tilt it up a little bit more too, so you get a chance to kind of see it a little better. So that's the SOFITEN Viktor W. This is their performance, or I guess their premium model, which comes with just more accessories. That's the big difference. Overall, it is a cool blaster. It is well made. Like I said, lots of screws, and usually that's a sign of better quality, the fact that it's held together so well. So check it out. Comments, questions, let me know what you think. If you've got some good idea that you think there's some way to mod this, let me know. I'll go ahead and try it if it seems feasible. So again, please comment. That helps me out. Make sure you're liking the videos. That really helps out too. And of course, subscribe and participate in the monthly giveaways. Thanks for your support.